Welcome everybody, I'm RJ of the Nerdy Brew, and here on this channel we talk TV, movies, and everything in between, all while drinking a cup of coffee. Now if you like one of those things or all of those things, why don't you consider subscribing, and hit that notification bell, and becoming a fellow Brewster. My number one film of 2023 was Oppenheimer, and I just watched it last week, trying to watch the films that I needed to watch for this video. And I finally watched it because I think the creator probably would have been number one, or maybe Across the Spider-Verse. But I was like, let me give Oppenheimer a chance. And to be honest with you, Christopher Nolan kind of soured me from Tenet. I felt like Tenet was him smelling his own shit and calling it roses. And he was just like, I can't get enough of my own feces, you know? So he was like, can't get enough of my own feces. So I was just like I understood what the movie was. I knew what Tenet was. I understood about the difference between the time slipping and how time could, work together parallelly, but at the same time, be adjacent to one another. I understood all of that. I just didn't think, I thought it was overbloated. I thought it was an overbloated film that wasn't streamlined well enough for me and my taste. But I definitely feel like this movie was not only a return to form, but the movie was cinema in itself. Old, classic Hollywood conversations, working more on nuances and performances, dealing with storytelling. And Oppenheimer was the creator of, or the lead of, the Manhattan Project. And I knew about the Manhattan Project, but his involvement overall of the Manhattan Project, that movie brings it to light. And it's not a traditional biography. It doesn't start with his childhood. It doesn't start to his old age. Those things are in there, but it's actually a period of time. Kenneth Branagh, who I mentioned for number 8, is in the movie, playing a teacher, a professor. And the thing is, this movie has a star-studded cast. Nobody gave a bland performance in the movie, building up his relationships with the people that he worked with, dealing with the government. And the performance was so subdued and nuanced from Cillian Murphy on dealing with the ramifications of creating the atom bomb, and then also dealing with the political machinations on the other end after the fact. And Robert Downey Jr., man, that's why the actors get paid the big bucks, because he gave an amazing performance. I've always been a fan of RDJ, and when he was going through his turbulent time in his past, I just felt like he was a tortured soul with a lot of talent. So when he got cast as Iron Man, I believed then. I was like, that's a perfect casting. I was like, he's a phenomenal actor. And yeah, his performance here as being the antagonist against Oppenheimer, and his political drive and political motivations, and just being warmongering, was just played really well. The movie was crafted really well. And, there's a lot of movies, even on my list, are a lot of blockbusters, fast-paced action, right? But this movie, as I said, just made it a simpler film that just worked on crafting. Great direction style, great performances, great storytelling, great editing, just a great film. Now, I did see Killers of the Flower Moon, and both of those movies do deal with the fact of a lot of death. But I think that with Martin Scorsese is very visceral in what he does in his storytelling. So I just felt like the subject matter is still the same. The movie resonated with me in such a way that it just felt too heavy for me to feel like it has a lot of rewatchability. Killers of the Flower Moon was once enough, but Oppenheimer, I just felt like top tier filming. I do. It's just a good movie. It's not a lot of banging, not a lot of shooting, a lot of conversations, philosophical conversations, not even philosophical conversations, just conversations between people in dealing with certain things. And one thing that there was a scene where the line from the Ozymandias poem show up, I'm death, destroyer of worlds, and that is something that resonates with him throughout the rest of the film, and you could just tell. And like, he had a very human performance, and what I mean by that, it wasn't a performance of versatile emotions. It was just the fact that he was dealing with these circumstances and how it impacted and affected him. It was just a great movie. It was great. That's my number one film of 2023. Make sure that you comment so you'll be able to give yourself a chance to have a shout out in one of our videos. And I'm going to bring this video to an end, and I want you to be you, do you, see the bigger picture. Have a fantastic day because you deserve it. This is that channel. Peace.
Mouth on top, Kung Fu, Bruce Lee chop, moon rocks, no red socks, tryna go far like boondocks, headshot, blunt stay high, talking shit, gotta pull up on they block, you fraud, I'm Couchgod, no one got a tax like a state charge, safe house, safe house, safe house, safe house.